Hello everybody, we are from the third group of teaching practice. I'd like to introduce my group. They are Rani, Camila, Sarfina, and Miss Aziza. Before we start the teaching practice, I'd like to show you our lesson plan. The title of the lesson plan is The Ugly Duckling. The objectives are to develop reading comprehension, to learn vocabulary, to practice speaking, to develop pronunciation. The rate of the age are 8, 9, 10, and 11 years old, or it is for beginners. The time limitation of the class is 90 minutes. Of course, we have materials and preparations such as color pencils, scissors, glue, worksheet, and highlighters. There are some steps of the teaching practice such as opening session, warming up, reading session, activities, and before we close the class, we are going to watch the movie of The Ugly Duckling. So let's get started. Hello everybody, how are you today? Very good, I'm fine too, thank you. Well, before we start the class today, I would like to ask you some questions. What is your hobby? Writing, cycling, or reading? Wow, I guess all of you like to read. But what kind of reading do you like? Do you like to read a story? Something like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, or Disney Princess? Well, because today we are going to have a reading lesson, so let's start it.
Now students, we can start our lesson. But before we start our lesson, I want to show you a picture. I want you to guess what picture is it, so you can guess the title. It is a picture of ducks. They look so happy. They are playing with their mother. But one duck is quite different than the others. It is gray, it is quite bigger than the others. It looks so sad. It is playing by himself. Well, student, can you guess what the title is? Yes, it is The Ugly Duckling.
Okay students, it is time to read the story. The first session, the teacher will read it. The next session, the students have to read it one student, one paragraph. After that, we are going to check the pronunciation and vocabularies. Paragraph 1. The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. It was a beautiful spring morning on a small farm near the woods. In a cool, shaded corner, a duck built a warm nest to sit on her 4 precious eggs. Strangely, one of the eggs was much larger than the rest. Now we are going to check the vocabularies and their pronunciation of paragraph 1. Repeat after me. Beautiful, beautiful. Woods, woods. Corner, corner. Precious, precious. Good job.
Paragraph 2. To her excitement, the eggs started to rumble and crack. 1, 2, 3 eggs popped open, and 3 little ducklings poked their heads into the world. At the same time, the biggest egg began to crack as well. To the mother's surprise, a big gray duckling stumbled out of the egg. Although he was different and not as cute as the other ducklings, she loved him nonetheless. Now, we are going to learn the vocabularies and the pronunciation based on the reading text in paragraph 2. And you have to repeat after me. The first vocabulary is rumble. Rumble. The next is little. Little. The next is crack. Crack. The next is biggest. Biggest. And the last is nonetheless. Nonetheless. Okay? Do you understand now?
Paragraph 3. The next day, the duck introduced her family to the other animals on the farm. Seeing the strange grey duckling, the pig, mallard, and mouse all burst out laughing. The poor duckling bowed his head in shame. He felt like he didn't belong. That night, as his family slept near the barn, the grey duckling decided to leave to find people that liked him for who he was. Now we are going to learn about vocabulary in pronunciation. Let's repeat after me. Let's check. Introduce. Introduce. Farm. Farm. Sing. Sing. Strange. Strange. Hidden. Hidden. Slept. Slept. Mallard. Mallard. Leaf. Leaf. Decided. Decided. Brushed out. Brushed out. Bodice. Bodice. Yeah, good.
Paragraph 4. Before long, he ran into a kind old woman, her rooster, and her cat. She invited him into her home, and they all treated him like family. Over time, the little grey duckling began to grow. Although he was happy, he always felt something was missing. Let's check for the paragraph 4. Repeat after me. Ran. Ran. Woman. Woman. Rooster. Rooster. Invited. Invited. Began. Began. Great!
Paragraph 5. One day, as he stared out on the pond, he saw a family of beautiful swans wading in the cool breeze. He wanted to go swimming with them. As he approached the pond, he saw his reflection for the first time. The ugly duckling had grown into a beautiful swan. From below, the cat and rooster happily watched their friend fly high in the sky. Finally, the little grey duckling had found himself. Pronunciation and vocabulary, paragraph 5. Repeat after me. One day. It's day, not die. One day. Stare out. E is voiceless. Stared. T blends with O. Stare out. Wanted. E is voiced. Wanted. Approached. E is voiceless. Approached. Not approach it. It's approached. Had. Not had. It's had. Grown, not ground. It's grown. Happily, not happily. It's happily. Watched, not watch it. It's watched. E is voiceless. Watched. Fly, high, sky. They have the same sound I. Fly, high, sky. Found, not found. It's found. Well, student, you just read the whole paragraphs. I hope you can understand and comprehend the stories, the events, and the characters. Now I need you to do a review of readings, and if it is possible, you can do the translation.
Okay, students, let's get into the first activity. The first activity is jumbled picture. So it means you have to arrange the pictures. But the first thing you have to prepare, such as a scissors, and then a piece of blank paper and a glue. So after you get all of the equipments, the first thing you have to do is cut all the pictures. And then the second, you have to patch one by one into a blank paper by using glue. Remember that we have to arrange the pictures, make sense story based on the reading text that we have read. Okay, students, do you understand? And if you have difficulties, you may take a look at the text. Okay, students, let's jump into the second activity. So in here we have 4 questions. The first is setting. It means that where the story takes place. For example, the story takes place in a forest. The story takes place in a garden. Okay? And second is character. It means that who are the characters involved in a story. For example, a tiger and a rabbit. Okay, for the third is events. It means that what happened in the story? What's the problem? So you have to tell the problem. For example, oh, a tiger kidnapped a rabbit. And then the last one is, what's your favorite part in a story? For example, my favorite part in the story is a girl rescue a rabbit from the tiger. Okay, do you understand, students? You may take a look at the reading text if you have any difficulties.
Okay guys, I think it's enough. Thank you so much for your time. After you watching the explanation for me, I want to ask you. The first, what do you think of the story? And the next, do you like the story? Okay, if you have any question or suggestion or to answer my question, please write down below or tell us. For more details, I want to share you the link to watch the video, The Ugly Duckling Story. Okay, I think it's enough. It's from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's go to watching the video. Bye bye.